What if I revealed that every man who has ever experienced betrayal, manipulation, or emotional devastation by a woman was actually a casualty of her subconscious conditioning? This conditioning is so deeply ingrained that even she is oblivious to it. Sigmund Freud dedicated years to analyzing the female mind, uncovering patterns so contentious that they were suppressed by contemporary scholars. However, his personal correspondence and case studies expose a chilling reality. Women are propelled by forces beyond their own understanding. By the conclusion of this series, you will perceive the female illusions clearly. But first, do you possess the bravery to confront Freud's genuine discoveries? Picture this scenario. You encounter a woman, clever, self-assured, poised. She communicates her desires explicitly. Commitment, sincerity, a man who values her. You trust her, you provide her with everything. Then abruptly, without any indication, she departs. No clarification, just a frigid, emotionless departure. What transpired? Freud would explain it to you. She did not opt to leave. Her subconscious made the decision for her. Freud's most radical concept was not centered on sexuality or childhood trauma. It revolved around the illusion of free will. He contended that 90% of human behavior is dictated by the subconscious, a murky domain of suppressed desires, childhood impressions, and primal urges, and for women, this is even more pronounced. In his 1925 paper, Some Psychical Consequences of the Anatomical Distinction Between the Sexes, Freud noted that women's superego, or moral conscience, is feebler than men's. Why? Because their psychological development is grounded in shame, not guilt. A man experiences guilt, an internal punishment. But a woman feels shame, an external judgment. This implies that her behavior is not regulated by principles. It is governed by social survival. Freud's most renowned case study was not even his own. It belonged to his mentor, Joseph Breuer. A young woman, Anna O., suffered from hysteria, paralysis, hallucinations, and uncontrollable mood swings. Breuer treated her with hypnosis, uncovering repressed memories of her father's illness. But here is what they do not teach you in psychology classes. The moment Anna O. recovered, she turned against Breuer. She falsely accused him of impregnating her, nearly ruining his career. Freud later realized that her hysteria was not an illness. It was a weapon, a subconscious manipulation to control the men around her. Women do not lie consciously. Their subconscious rewrites reality to fit their emotional needs. Freud's most perilous discovery was the mother complex, the notion that a man's relationships with women are replays of his relationship with his mother. Consider this. Did your mother punish you with silence when you displeased her? Did she reward you with affection only when you obeyed? Did she make you feel guilty for desiring independence? If so, congratulations. You were conditioned to accept emotional manipulation as love. In The Dissolution of the Oedipus Complex, Freud wrote that boys must destroy their maternal attachment to become men. Most never do. Instead, they spend their lives seeking a woman who will either replicate their mother's control or punish them for attempting to escape it. But here is the real question. What if women are not even in control of their own betrayal? What if their sudden cruelty, their unexplained rejections, their emotional violence are all the work of a hidden force? Even they do not understand. You are sitting across from her at dinner. She is laughing at your jokes, touching your arm, locking eyes with that look, the one that says, "I am yours." You relax. You trust. Then 3 days later, she ghosts you. No warning, no explanation, just silence. What changed? Nothing. Because her decision was not conscious, it was not even hers. Freud suspected it. Modern science confirms it. Women are not the rational, self-aware creatures society pretends they are. They are hosts to a deeper, older program, an algorithm written not in logic, but in blood, hormones, and survival instinct. And today we expose it. Every man has heard it. She is just more emotionally intelligent than you. What you call emotional intelligence is simply hypersensitivity to social dynamics. Women do not understand emotions better. They weaponize them faster. Freud called this hysterical cognition, the female mind's ability to rewrite history, distort facts, and even alter memories to fit emotional needs. In 1905, Freud treated Dora, an 18-year-old girl sent to him for depression and nervous coughs. Through analysis, Freud uncovered the truth. Dora's father had been having an affair with a married woman, Frau K. To cover his tracks, he offered Dora to Frau K's husband as a distraction. But here is where it gets dark. Dora did not rage at her father. She did not confront Frau K. Instead, her subconscious redirected her fury onto Freud. She abruptly quit therapy, accusing him of misunderstanding her. Years later, she returned, not for help, but to mock Freud's methods. The lesson? A woman's pain never strikes where it should. It ricochets. If she cannot punish the real offender, her subconscious will select a substitute, and it is usually the closest man. Modern studies confirm what Freud only guessed. A woman's personality changes with her menstrual cycle. During ovulation, she becomes more flirtatious, more open to risk, more attracted to dominant masculine traits. During menstruation, she becomes irritable, critical, hypersensitive to perceived slights. But here is what no one tells you. She does not know this is happening. Ask her why she suddenly lost interest in you and she will invent reasons. We are just not compatible. But the truth is, her biology vetoed you. In ancient Sparta, husbands were forbidden from sleeping with their wives during menstruation. Why? Because the Spartans knew a menstruating woman is a hostile woman. They did not blame her for it. They simply managed it. Freud's most brutal insight: a woman's love is never unconditional. Even the best mother subconsciously resents her son for one reason: he will leave her. This is the primary trauma of the female psyche, the knowledge that all love is temporary. So from childhood, girls are taught one survival strategy: extract maximum resources while maintaining deniability. The wife who suddenly falls out of love after 10 years of marriage. She did not change. She secured what she needed: children, stability, and now her subconscious is pushing her toward novelty. The girlfriend who tests you with petty arguments. She is not crazy. She is stress testing your ability to lead, fail, and her biology flags you as weak. In Civilization and Its Discontents, Freud wrote that women are the enemies of civilization because their loyalty is not to principles, but to survival. A man builds, a woman consumes. Every man recognizes the pattern. 1. The idealization phase. You are perfect. She mirrors your interests, laughs at your jokes, makes you feel chosen. 2. The testing phase. She picks fights, withdraws affection, gauges your reaction. 3. The discard phase. Coldness, silence. You are too good for me. This is not random, it is instinct. In hunter-gatherer tribes, women evolved to mate with the strongest warrior, secure resources from the most stable provider, and eliminate men who could not compete. This is where we expose the primal female script, the one she cannot escape, no matter how enlightened she claims to be. It happens to every man. You meet her, she is different, not like the others. She reads philosophy, scorns shallow women, claims to want depth, loyalty, a love that transcends the games. You let your guard down, you trust. Then one day, she looks at you with empty eyes. The warmth is gone. The connection vanished. She speaks in cold, rehearsed lines. It is not you, it is me. But it is you, because you broke the one rule Freud warned about. You assumed she was in control of her own desires. Modern society sells a fantasy that education, feminism, and self-awareness have freed women from their biology. Freud would laugh at this. In Beyond the Pleasure Principle, he exposed the truth. Human behavior is driven by primal instincts, not intellect. A woman can say she wants equality, kindness, a gentleman, but her subconscious craves something else entirely. In 1920, Freud analyzed a brilliant female academic, a woman who hated traditional gender roles. She married a meek, supportive husband, insisting she did not need dominance. Then she had an affair not with a fellow intellectual, but with a laborer, a rough, uneducated man who ignored her opinions, cancelled plans last minute, and treated her as an afterthought. When Freud confronted her, she broke down. I do not know why I want him. I hate that I want him. The lesson. No amount of conditioning overwrites millions of years of instinct. A woman can rationalize wanting a modern relationship, but her body responds to something darker. Freud's most controversial idea, women do not have one sexuality. They have two. One, the Madonna, the nurturing, loving wife material side she shows society. Two, the animal, the primal, a moral, secret self that emerges in shadows. This is why the quiet librarian writes filthy, anonymous erotica. The feminist, activist secretly craves a rough act. The loyal girlfriend fantasizes about being taken by a stranger. In Victorian England, the era of extreme sexual repression, brothels boomed. Why? Because when you forbid female desire, it does not disappear. It mutates. Every man has encountered her. The woman who had that one guy she cannot forget. Maybe he was a criminal. Maybe he treated her like garbage. But no nice guy ever compared. Freud called this the trauma bond. Women do not fall in love with men who hurt them. They become addicted to the chemical roller coaster of uncertainty, pain, and intermittent reward. A 32-year-old lawyer dates a felon. He cheats. He lies. He leaves her crying on her bathroom floor. Then she meets you. Stable, successful, kind. She tries to love you, but her body rejects it. I just do not feel a spark. Why? Because calm does not trigger dopamine. Safety does not flood her brain with cortisol and oxytocin. Her addiction was not to him, it was to the chaos. Freud never used the term dark triad, but he described it perfectly. Women are drawn to men who exhibit one, narcissism, unshakable self-belief, even if delusional. 2, Machiavellianism, a willingness to manipulate. 3, psychopathy, emotional detachment. This is not a flaw in female nature, it is a feature. In prehistoric times, the narcissist led the tribe. The Machiavellian outsmarted rivals. The psychopath killed threats. Women who resisted these men, their genes died out. Studies show women rate dark triad men as more attractive for short-term flings. Even women who claim to hate these traits respond to them physiologically. But here is the question no one dares ask. What if women hate this part of themselves? What if their sudden cruelty, their unexplained rejections, their emotional violence are all desperate attempts to fight their own biology? There is a moment every man remembers, the moment he realizes the woman he loves is two people. One is the woman he knows, warm, kind, human. The other is something else, something older. You have seen flashes of it. The coldness in her eyes when you disappoint her. The way her voice sharpens into a blade when she knows she has hurt you. The ease with which she replaces you as if you never mattered at all. Freud called this the uncanny, the terror of seeing something familiar become alien. But what he did not say publicly is this: women are at war with themselves and men are the casualties. Every woman is taught two lies from birth. One, you are equal to men. Two, but you are also better than men, kinder, nobler, more evolved. This is psychologically catastrophic because when she feels her primal instincts, when she is drawn to a man who treats her poorly, when she enjoys manipulation, when she relishes the power of rejection, she hates herself for it. In the 1930s, Freud's disciple, Helene Deutsch, studied a radical feminist, a woman who wrote essays condemning male oppression. Then she married, not a fellow activist, but a domineering, controlling husband who forbade her from publishing. And here is the twist. She was happier. In therapy, she confessed, "I hate that I need his rules, but when he is firm with me, I feel peace." A woman's conscious mind wants equality. Her subconscious craves hierarchy. The conflict destroys her and every man who gets too close. Freud observed a pattern in his female patients. The chaste woman fantasized about being ravished. The promiscuous woman obsessed over being worshipped. Why? Because public and private desire are opposites. A woman needs to be seen as good by society but hungers for the forbidden. In the 1950s, Kinsey found that 62% of women admitted to fantasies of submission, not because they want violence, but because they crave the surrender of choice. Ask a woman what she is looking for in a man, and she will give you a list: kindness, stability, respect. But watch who she chooses. Freud called this the disavowal, the mind's ability to deny what it truly desires. A woman says she wants a nice guy. Then she sleeps with his best friend, a reckless, unreliable charmer. When confronted, she rages, "You do not own me, I can change my mind." But she did not change her mind. Her body overruled her. Here is the unspoken terror that governs every woman's behavior. If you see the real me, you will leave. This is why she tests you, pushing you away to see if you stay. She lies not to deceive you, but to hide from herself. She sabotages good relationships because stability feels like suffocation. Freud's most heartbreaking insight: women punish men for loving them too much, because if you accept her fully, her darkness, her contradictions, her uncontrollable impulses, she cannot blame you for her unhappiness, and that is unbearable. But this raises the final question. Is there any way for a man to win, or is he doomed to be consumed by a force neither of them controls? Now we reveal the forbidden solution, the one Freud hinted at but never wrote down. You have seen the truth now. The biological traps, the unconscious scripts, the way she looks at you when you are weak. Not with pity, but with disgust. You have two choices. One, stay ignorant, keep playing the game by rules that were designed to break you. Two, learn the forbidden truth, the one Freud whispered to his most trusted disciples. This is not about manipulating women. This is about surviving them.